Hey everyone, my name is Joseph, and today we're going to be taking a look at the new 2020 13-inch MacBook Pro. This comes just a few weeks after Apple recently refreshed their website with the new MacBook Pro models. The specific model we're looking at today is the $1,799 model that comes with the new 10th generation Intel i5 chips. Those chips bring a lot of performance to the table compared to the MacBooks last year as well as the base model. So today we're going to be taking a look at the ins and outs of this machine and stick to the very end where I'm going to give my recommendation on whether you should get this machine or if you should get the base model or if you should get this over the new 2020 MacBook Air, which also has a 10th generation Intel i5 chips. At first glance, the touch bar seems to remain unchanged, but now features a dedicated escape key, which previously were embedded into the old MacBook Pro's touch bar. This made it an annoyance for people who are consistently using the escape key. Probably the biggest change this year is the addition of the new Magic Keyboard, which is standardized across the whole MacBook lineup now. This supersedes the old butterfly keyboard, which served to be problematic and caused a lot of issues. The butterfly keyboard is now extinct and is removed from the Apple product line. The new Magic Keyboard is snappy and it feels great. As far as the processor goes, this model was refreshed with Intel's 10th generation i5 chips. This specific model has a 2.0 GHz base clock, quad-core 10th generation Intel Core i5 chips, and can turbo boost up to 3.8 GHz. Looking at the chart, we can see that between the new 2020 MacBook Pro with the 10th generation chips versus the 2020 base model MacBook Pro / 2019 model, there's an overall about a 16 to 17% performance upgrade if you were to go with the new 10th generation Intel i5 chip. Comparing the new 2020 MacBook Pro with the new 2020 MacBook Air with both 10th generation Intel i5 chip, we can see that the MacBook Pro still has a performance edge by a landslide. This is due to the thicker design, which means better thermals compared to the new 2020 MacBook Air, which results in better performance. Here are the graphics differences between the three models. As you can see, the new 2020 MacBook Pro, the $1,800 model, with the new Intel Iris Plus graphics, got a huge upgrade over the base model MacBook Pro 2020/2019, and the MacBook Air 2020 follows at a score of 5700. This model comes with 4 Thunderbolt 3 ports, which are capable of supporting a 6K display. It can also support up to 2 4K displays, which is pretty useful. The display remains unchanged, still boasting a 13-inch Retina display with True Tone. Apple advertises wide stereo sound on the machine this year, which I think they did a really good job on. The studio quality microphone is pretty good, which is actually what I'm using right now to record this video, so you be the judge of that. Apple advertises 10 hours of battery life on this machine. However, realistically speaking, after doing some tests, I was getting around 7 to 8 hours. As far as RAM goes, this machine has 16 GB of 3733 MHz DDR4 memory. This memory is faster than last year's model, as well as the base model that comes with DDR3 memory, which is slower than the new DDR4. As far as storage goes, this machine has 512 GB of SSD storage. Talking about graphics, this model comes with an Intel Iris Plus graphics. The Intel Iris Plus graphics goes hand in hand with the new 10th generation Intel Core i5 chip, which is where consumers will actually see the biggest differences as far as performance goes. As far as my recommendation goes, I definitely do feel like spending a few extra $100 to get the new 10th generation Intel i5 chip on the high-end model is definitely worth it. If you're someone who's doing a lot of CPU-intensive tasks like video editing, some light gaming, This model actually has 2 fans, while the MacBook Air and the MacBook Pro base model only has 1 fan. This means this MacBook stays cool and has a lower chance of thermal throttling, which means it keeps performance really high, which makes it such a great buy, as you saw from the graphics for the performance over the MacBook Air 2020 in the base model.